while this is getting started, let me do a few things. Hello, people. How you doing, Gail? I'm going live on this Facebook. I'm going live today because I wanted to remind people. Hi, Jason. Hey, Mo. Y'all, Monique, that's my daughter. I wanted to remind everyone of my event next Tuesday at this location, which I tagged. Hey, Torrance, for the Credit is King Book Club. I will also have credit specialist Ronald Hodges. He will be here because he knows how to go in depth with a lot of stuff. Hey James, he and I had like an awesome conversation Sunday. And we just, a lot of things that I didn't know. And just good information. So along with bringing the book, which is on Amazon for about $15 to $17, depending if you have Prime or not. Along with bringing the book and printing off your free credit report from annualcreditreport.com. Ronald Hodges will be here. Hey, Stephanie. He will be here to answer a lot of the questions. And he is awesome. Like Sunday, he and I had a discussion. We were talking, just mainly thinking about generational wealth and just different mistakes that a lot of us do, black people do, when it comes to finances. Hey, Chili. One thing he was saying is that what we need to do is stop kicking our children out at the age of 18. Honestly, at the age of 18, they're not financially sound enough with the knowledge to make wise decisions. And what's happening is a lot of parents kick a child out at 18. Say, okay, you're 100% grown. Get out. Do your own thing. Go to work, college, whatever, military. But when we do that and we haven't financially prepared them, oftentimes they end up making bad financial decisions that they have to pay for later in life. Hey, Kim. Such as, if you're not financially equipped enough, you may go out and get a credit card. So you may be in college. You go get a credit card. Number one, you have no income, so you have no means of paying that back. Hey, John Grizzly. And what happens is, since you use the credit card and you can't pay it back, now that credit card goes into collections. And so what would have been a good credit score is now garbage, and you have a collection on it. And you end up having problems and paying higher interest rates on different things, all because you weren't equipped to know, I shouldn't get this credit card that I can't pay back. Because the first thing we do, hey Pat, first thing we do, especially when you're 18, you in college, is you get a credit card and you're like, ooh, girl, that gave me a credit card for $500. And you go charging bull crap on it. So now you got $500 in your hand doing all kind of stuff with it. You don't know how to pay it back. You're not paying it back on time. You're paying the minimum. So you're getting all these over the limit fees. You're doing all of this. And it all stems from, hey, Seabrooks, it all stems from us not financially preparing our kids for that. You sent them to college, but you didn't really tell them, hey, you don't need to get this credit card. I know what happens when I was in college. They would, Citibank and all those companies would sit out and they'll give you the water bottles and all of that other stuff for you to apply for that card. So then they give you the card and you get the $500 and you spend it, but you didn't have a way to pay it back because you didn't have a job. And then your student loan money, which is another trap. Anyway, I get back to that. Your student loan money only comes, every 6 or 7 months. So you get the card in September. You was broke when you got it. You don't get your student loan money again until like January or February. So now that card is constantly over the limit. You're paying it late. Now you're ruining your credit. So because you're ruining your credit, when you get out of college, or whatever you were doing, you're going to need a car. So when you go to get a car, you have to pay a higher interest rate simply for the fact that your credit was ruined back a few years ago from that credit card. Hey, Anthony. Hey, Antonio. Hey, Delilah. Just thoughts that I was talking to with one of my friends. He's really good when it comes to finances. Finance, period. So he's my friend. His name is Ronald Hodges. He will be here during the book club. Hey, Kayla. Kayla, we miss you in the workout class. I want you to know that. I have paid attention. I haven't seen you. You need to come back. It's good. Hey, Daryl. And a lot of it just stems from, things that we don't know. If I don't know, I pass down that non-knowing knowledge to my kids. Like I was having a discussion with one of my employees, which happens to be my cousin. Hey, Detrice. And Sean happens to be my cousin. And, she's in a financial situation with some credit, different things. And one of our things was, I was telling her a lot of times, if you don't know how to get out of it, you don't know that these options exist. Your parents didn't know. So when you fall into the same thing that they fell into, they can't help you out of it because they don't know. And then when your kids fall into it, you can't help them out of it because you don't know. And we create this poverty, this generational poverty. You know how they have generational wealth? A lot of times we create generational poverty. All because we don't know and we don't try to find out. Right now is the age of anything. You can find out anything you want to know. Google it. Look it up on YouTube. So some of it you don't have no reason, hey Fabian, to be ignorant. If I want to know something, all I have to do is go on YouTube and figure it out. Google it. Google will pull up the YouTube videos or articles about it. So if you're like stuck and you're like, I don't know this, Google it. It's there. So we were discussing bankruptcy. And this person I know is having a hard time. And I let them know up front, I filed bankruptcy a few years ago because I had to. I was in a situation that I could not get out of. Hey, Danny. Hey, Kenan. That I could not get out of. So a lot of times our community has a stigma on bankruptcy, but doesn't have a stigma on generational poverty. The generational poverty people will have a stigma about filing bankruptcy because we feel like it's our bill. I should pay it. I used it. I should pay it. But then you run yourself into the ground trying to pay it. You can't do for your kids like you need to do because you're trying to pay it. Not realizing you could file bankruptcy and start all over again. That might be your option. And so that's something we were discussing with her. That it's possible that because of everything she's in, hey William, is it Williams? Williams. Everything that she's in, she can actually get out of if she were to file bankruptcy. She's overpaying for a car, a vehicle, grossly overpaying for it. So if she takes her tax money and go gets a cash car, send that vehicle back, because you're going to file bankruptcy anyway. So it don't give a dang on if it's going to be on your credit. Send that vehicle back. You freeing up $500 a month right there. Then you're already renting. So go find somewhere else. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Matthew. Go find somewhere else with a lower rent. And then you're freeing up some money right there. Then once you free up that, you don't have no need for prepaid lights anymore. Because there's nothing worse to me with them prepaid lights when people come home and they lights off. Even though they get a little, I guess they get an alert when they're going to cut your lights off. But if you ain't got the money, you ain't got the money. That's why your ass got prepaid lights. But now, because you have a little extra money, you could go and put a deposit with JEA and don't run that risk of putting money on your light bill and you use it, then they putting some more money. Ooh. I know it's meant for a time, but at some point you got to know to do better, differently. But now, that took three things off of her. So tomorrow, her and I, we're going to look at a house, which costs less. We're going to a car dealership he sells reliable cash cars, of which I've purchased 3. 2 of them, one of them my employees are riding right now, and one of them I'm driving. We're going to look at those options for her to get her out of that hole. But a lot of it was she just had no idea. It just got to a point where she was feeling so downtrodden, she had to do what she had to do. And that was an option. And I was like, girl, your president done did it at least 5 or 6 times. I think it's more. So you got to think about that. That option is there for you. It's a last option, but it's an option to get you out of just being so distraught about your finances that you really can't even function. Because she was like, I'm so glad this was Sunday. She said, Kiki, I'm so glad you called me. She said, I got no sleep last night thinking about how I'm going to pay these bills and how I'm going to do this. Because she wants to eventually purchase her a home. And you know, with the credit being bad and things like that, you can't buy a home. And we all know that the first step to generational wealth is home ownership, not renting. Because when you renting and you die or whatever, it don't mean a dang on thing. But if you at least own your own home, that asset appreciates in value. If push come to shove, you can always take a loan out against that asset. That asset, you get the write-offs, you know, the interest, mortgage interest, and the taxes on your taxes. So it helps you out when you own your own home. But if you're stuck in that bad spot and you're not even able to purchase a home to at least have those options that I went over a few minutes ago, as far as push come to shove, you can always do a cash out refinance if you had to. I mean, a lot of people don't know what a cash out refinance is, because a cash out refinance is you owe $100,000 on your loan, but your house is worth $100,000. Your house is worth $200,000. So what happens is they will allow you to cash out the difference. So they'll allow you to cash out that $100,000. That's a cash out refinance. Now your new mortgage is going to be on $200,000, but at least you have that option. So that's what's considered a cash out refinance. And I mean, it's not that cut and dry because you got closing costs and different stuff like that in it. But if you own a home, you have that option. That if you fall into a bind, or if you need to do something, or hey, you want to purchase a rental property, you can do a cash out refinance. Hey, Matthew. Hey, Elisa. Hey, Richard. But if we never have home ownership, I got to look out the door, y'all. But if you never have home ownership, you don't even have that first step. And I'm not even going into owning rental properties and stocks and bonds and all of that stuff like that, you know. But I just want to remind everyone, this book, let me turn it around this way for you all. Here's the book. Credit is King. It is on Amazon. It's between, I think, 15 and 17, depending on if you have Amazon Prime or not. I was listening to his podcast today. He says starting March 1st, the book will be available in audio and on Audible. Audible is an app. It's an audio book app by Amazon. And I listen to most every book I listen to. Hey Silk Hey Warren is on Audible. But this book will be available, he said, between March 1st and March 5th on Audible. So you'll be able to listen to it and not have to physically sit down and read it. Because a lot of us live busy lives, and it's hard to sit down and actually read a book. But we want the information, and that's why Audible is here. I love Audible. Anyway, just to let you know. So please do not forget, if you have any questions, inbox me. But the event is public. It's dated March 5th at 6:30. The location is my shop, 4851 Roselle Street, suite number 1. It's free, and it's just for us to talk And like I said before, Ronald Hodges, which he is a great financial person and credit. I mean, I sat there Sunday and we just, he talked and I listened. And he was just telling me different things. Like he was telling me, if you get a collection in the mail, he said, look on the back of it. He said, read it and see if they say they can sue you or not. He said, a lot of times you can read it, turn it over, and most of them say they cannot sue you. Hey, Q. Hey, Melinda. And I said, that's something I never knew. And then, you know, he's going to start a podcast really soon. And when he does, I'm going to broadcast his podcast from my page because he's like a plethora of knowledge. Q says, good afternoon, boss lady. Hey. He's a plethora of knowledge. And I sit there and I just inhale everything he's talking about. And then I'm like, oh, wow. And, you know, he's telling me just a lot of stuff. And so one of our discussions, hey, Melinda says, hey, one of our discussion was about kicking the kids out at the age of 18. That's something that we need to stop doing. And I mean, sometimes we kick them out because we got so many dang on kids that you just want to get rid of one, which ain't fair. So, you know, birth control yourself. That's what I say. You know, if you don't blame the baby if you can't feed the baby, like Michael Jackson said. It ain't the baby fault. So police your organs so you won't have that many dang on kids where you feel like you need to get rid of one just so you can start breathing. Hey, Leo. That's just how I feel, you know. Like I had my daughters when I was 17 and 18. So a lot of people can't tell me nothing. I done been there and done a whole bunch of it. I had my first one 2 months before I graduated from Reebok in 92. And she was born March 19th, 92. And I had another one April 7th, 93. Those are the only two I've ever had too. And it wasn't that I never really wanted any more. I thought about it, but my financial situations and what I knew I had to do with these, if I had another one, I would be pulling from them. So I made a conscious decision just not to have any more. You know, I love on my grandbabies and my nieces and nephews. But I knew that if I had more kids, that would put strain on the two that I have because I had them young and I'm already, you know, behind the 8 ball trying to make sure they have everything. So it wouldn't be fair to the new kid and it wouldn't be fair to them. So in all honesty, I said, bump that. I love these two I have and I'm going to just put it all right here. Even in my marriage, he and I made a conscious decision to not have any more because he had a son, which he had custody of, and I had my 2 daughters. So technically I had a son and 2 daughters. That's how my household grew up. We could not afford. And we were mature enough to know that just because we married don't mean we have to have kids. And literally, if we would have had another one, that would have sucked from the 3 that we already had, who were already eating us out of house and home, and who begged for the dog, but barely took care of the dog. When we come home, the dog's starving. So what if we add another one to the mix? Didn't happen. We already had 3 that went through 2 gallons of milk every other day. How could we afford to have a baby that's going to need a whole separate set of stuff? So, conscious decision to never have any more. That's just me. And I'm not saying nothing wrong with anything. I'm just saying, don't have the baby if you can't feed the baby, and don't blame the baby if you can't feed the baby. So, stop kicking them out at 18 because you need to breathe. That's your fault. You know, that baby wasn't, you know, that baby didn't make that conscious decision to be there. You did. So raise the baby right. That's just my rant, you know, on some stuff that I've seen. Anyway, back to this. Credit is king. Next week, next Tuesday, March 5th, just come through. Even if you can't stay for the whole thing, come through and just listen. I'm going to show y'all in my office. It's not big. But if we have to, we'll go into the bay. But like, right here. I write notes up here for my employees. What we do is we talk. And I write notes. And sometimes I'll just put little, you know, words of affirmation up there for them. So what we're going to do is we're going to go live during the meeting, during the book club meeting. We're going to go live. And when he speaks and, talks about something important, we're going to write it on the board, put it out there for everybody. Like, this is something that I keep on the board. I don't even take this off. It's the 3 pillars of wealth. I don't have a lot of this, but I'm trying to get it. And I want everybody to try. Stock and bond investing, real estate, and entrepreneurship. Those are the 3 pillars of wealth. Please take heed. Like this one right here is called Poise. Let me see, I got it up like that. Poise, P-O-I-S-E. You have to be a producer, a owner, investor, saver, and entrepreneurship. Meaning you need to learn to produce your own income. And a lot of times when you produce your own income, you are an entrepreneur. So producer and entrepreneur normally go hand in hand. Owner, you need to at least own your own home. Investor, that goes back to stock and bond investing, IRA, real estate investing, that kind of stuff. And saver, save your money. Don't give it all to Gucci. Trying to look good, but you're broke on the outside and on the inside. And then this is something that I keep up here. They call it the 4 E's. Evaluate what I need to change. Eliminate. Get rid of the things I need to change. Evolve. Take your mind to the next level. And execute. Start doing the new things. This is something that just stays on the board at all times. Those 3 things right there. And mainly because I need to look at them every day. So when I'm sitting at my desk, like there's my desk. When I'm sitting at my desk, I like to be able to look up. And because my team sees this constantly, they'll suck it in unknowingly, not even realizing what they're sucking it in. Like, dang, So I put it up there for myself and for them. And then, like, here's another thing. Our website is kittiescustomcleaning.com. So what I'm trying to encourage the ladies to do is when someone says what company you work for, put the .com on it. Like, say it's kittiescustomcleaning.com, so that people will automatically know we have a website. Because, when you have a website, it puts a sense of legitimacy to the buyer's eyes, to the potential customers. They're like, oh, okay, if they'll pay for a website, maybe they legit. And I said, this is what I said. I just wrote it in plain writing. Say the name like this when asked the name of the company. It allows people to know we have a website and drives them to the site. Because the more people that go to the site, the more Google hits I'll get. I'm trying to get my company name out there on Google. Because we are on Google. And it sounds more professional when people know that basically we took the time to pay for a website. Like, damn, you did. You took the time to actually pay for that. So these are just some things up here in my office. Y'all, next door, they fix power tools. So if you hear something, that's them over there. So this is what goes on here. And normally what I do is, here's my TV. So while I'm working, I'll either be listening to podcasts on YouTube, or I'll cut on my computer and listen to a class that I'm taking. Like right now, I'm taking a year-long wealth management course with, y'all, I'm sorry, you see the little raggedy towel I had to put over the window because the light was coming in, so don't laugh. I'm taking a year-long course that I started in July with Jay Morrison through the Jay Morrison Academy. And it's a wealth management course. A wealth building course. I can pull it up right quick. Hold on. Give me a second, y'all. I'm going to sit you right here. So you can show. They have different classes such as credit mastery, wealth mastery, business mastery, stock and bond investing. Hold on. Give me a second. Oh, dang. I wonder. Gmail on there acting different. Oh, wait a minute. Come on. Give me a second. I'm right here, y'all. I'm just messing with this computer. Trying to get into my Gmail right quick. Let me set the phone right here so y'all can see what I'm doing. Might be a little crooked, but you can see. Okay. Give me a second. Okay. Jay Morrison. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. I'm trying to let you see what I'm doing. I'm on my email. Okay, JMA, I get a thing all the time that says your next JMA lesson is ready. So I go here. Let me log into the academy. Give it a second. All right, I have my stuff saved. And I paid for this course, but it's a business expense. Hi, Nikita. If anyone didn't know, now y'all know that's my name, Nikita. But it's a business expense, but it's worth every dime. So my knowledge is worth paying for, you know? Hold on. I'm going to have to turn y'all like this. No, it ain't going to work. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm sorry, y'all, if y'all all... Oh, Lord. Give me a minute. Okay. See if y'all can see the computer for a second. These are my snacks. Trying to get healthy, baby. Healthy, smart black girl. Okay. See, here are the courses. Okay, y'all can see them. Hey, Whitney. Hey, Sharice. Hey, Shantola. If I'm pronouncing it correct. Rose. But these are my courses that I take. Let me see. Okay. It's probably backwards for y'all. Dang. Let me see. I'm gonna let y'all see it from here. Cause it's hard. I don't have a mouse, so I can't scroll. But here's you see. This is. Let me click on. I'm gonna click on Credit Mastery. Give it a second. So they have different classes, a whole bunch of them. But as you can see, it takes you from the bottom. What is a credit score? What is a credit score? Credit malls and major credit bureaus. How is your credit score affected? And I mean, they do this for everything. Let me go back to the dashboard so I can show you. Because I've taken Credit Mastery. And all of it is online. I'm sorry, y'all. I just can't, Let me pull this modem out some. Hold on. There you go. Make that better. Okay. Maybe that's a little better. But anyway. Okay. As you can see, credit mastery, self-mastery. They actually have stuff like self-esteem, the law of attraction, residential real estate, stock and finances. I've completed credit mastery, self-mastery, and residential real estate. Now I'm in stock and finances, business mastery, and commercial real estate mastery. So, I hate to keep moving y'all around. But like, I took business mastery, one of them, while I was walking today. So a lot of times, I like to walk. Because when I'm walking, I can listen to these courses. And as you see, I'm going to turn this around so you can see them. Intro to Small Business. Business Philosophy. Identify your niche. Consultants. Business plan. Funding your business. So it has a whole bunch of stuff. And yes, a lot of people are like, oh, it's $149 a month. Yeah, that's a little bit. But I personally and my company and my employees are worth every dime. And I spent way more than that on my student loans going to college. And I'm getting more information now from these courses and these YouTube videos and books. More direct, hands-on information that really works than I ever did from any of that stuff in school. As far as business, I'm saying now if I was a nurse or engineer, yes, I need that. But I went to school for business. And that bull crap, all it did was, it didn't even really teach me how to work for a business. All it really did is prepare me to be a worker, but not prepare me to be a boss. And let me get on that right there. Some people say everybody not prepared to be a boss. They don't want to be a boss. My thing is this. Let's start giving our kids options at an early age. If we never tell our kids that you can be the owner, They don't know. So a lot of times we think that a person is not prepared to be the owner, but we never even showed them how to be the owner, what it looks like, the path on it, nothing. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Diamond. So we show them how to be a worker, but we never show them how to be the owner. And in essence, it comes to the point where all they can assume is that all they know and can assume is that they can always be a worker. But if you never give them the options to even show them, maybe you can own your own business. You start out as a worker. Hey, Creed, you start out working. Then you guide yourself into ownership, and this is how you do it. But we don't give them that. Nobody gave it to me. I just got so sick and tired and fed up that I decided this was what I was going to do, and I'm not working no more. That's how I got to it. And I'm just that type of person. When I feel a certain type of way, I'll make shit happen. I'll be like, you know what? I'm going to figure this out. Just like in a relationship. If I'm in one and I don't like it, I don't give a goddamn go. I get out of there. I ain't going to sit in limbo. So, that's like I told one of the girls. I said, so, that's like assuming nobody wants fries with their meal. So you just sell the meal, like you sell the hamburger. You sell the hamburger and the soda. But you don't give them the fries. You don't even put the fry option out there because you're like, ooh, them fries, they got a lot of cholesterol, blah, blah, blah. Then the person get down the street and realize that they had the option for fries. How you feel? You like, damn, she didn't even give me the option for the fries. She just assumed that I didn't want the fries. You feel shitted, basically. That's the same thing about being able to own your own company or work for yourself or do a side hustle on your own. If I never tell you that you can be the owner and give you a little grounds to how to do it, then you come back 30 years later like, dang, why you didn't even give me that option? Let me decide if I want to be the owner. Or let me decide if I want to be the boss. But give me both options. I'm on a charger. But that's just how I feel. And I didn't know that. And I'm talking about current me. I didn't know past experience. I had no idea. But at least let's start learning so that we can give our child an option. Like, let's just say your child comes to you and say, Mommy, I want some money. I need $15 to get such and such. The first thing we say is what? You better go get a job. Versus saying, let's figure out how you can make some money. How about you start babysitting such and such's kid? How about you go ask such and such if they need their yard cut? That's entrepreneurship. Versus saying, you better go to Burger King and go see if you can find you a job. Give them both options and let them decide. Let them know if you go to Burger King, they're going to take taxes out your money. And you're going to think you're making $10 an hour, but you're going to actually get less than that. And let them know, oh, you're still underage, you're under 18. If you go babysit such and such kids, you might make $10 an hour and she going to give you the whole $10. And then that's teaching them the difference between W-2 and 1099 right there. That simple little thing taught them the difference between W-2 income at Burger King and 1099 income. But W-2 income, they take the taxes out first. Then you get your money. You make it, they take the taxes out, you get your money. 1099, you make it, you spend it, get your money, then you try to figure out a way not to pay no taxes on it. So when they say that the middle class pays for the, what they call it? I don't want to say the needy or the lower class. Like when they say the middle class pays for food stamps and stuff. It's true. Because remember, if you're W-2, you make your money, they take the taxes out of it, then you spend your money. If you're 1099, you make your money, you spend your money, and then you figure out tax shelter ways not to pay as much taxes on it. But meanwhile, food stamps is distributed every single month of the year. Who's paying? Monique, call Dominique. But that's just something to think about, y'all. It really is. And I mean, a lot of times 1099 scares people. See, look, hold on, y'all. Hello?
Well,
Huh?
oh, I got the card yesterday.
You got it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
I called your other phone.
I know, I'm on Facebook Live right now.
I think I'm more important in your Facebook Live, but okay.
I'll call you back in a few minutes.
All right.
As long as you got the card. All right.
All right.
Love you.
Bye, you too.
Bye. That's my daughter who's in New York, and her Bank of America sent her a new debit card, so I had to mail the debit card up there to her before they deactivate the old one. I don't know why Bank of America do that. They send you a new debit card 2 years before the current debit card expires. Get on my nerves with that. Anyway, 1099 scares a lot of people because it makes you responsible for your taxes. And we're brought up to think that the IRS is this big bad man over us, and if we don't pay him, he's going to beat us up and take everything we do. So be scared, and because we're scared of it, we don't even want to go out and find the ways to see how to make it work. Which, if you're 1099, a lot of times it works out better for you. But the easy route is W-2. But because we don't want to go and figure it out, we'll just take the easy route because we're too damn scared to learn any other way. I just try it. Just research it. Everything is on Google. So, like, most wealthy people are 1099 people. Because they're not working for anybody. Everybody knows you're not going to get rich working for somebody else. So most wealthy people are 1099. They done figured out how to make it work. And God didn't make them no better than he made you. So, in essence, they found out how to do it. You go find out. It might not be meant for you to be rich this generation. It might be meant for your grandkids to have that wealth that you built. But at least you'll be the start of it instead of being scared. And then when you scared, you teach your kids fear. Because they watch everything that you do. So if I'm scared and I don't step out my box, I'm teaching fear to my kids. And if I teach fear to my daughter, she's going to teach fear to her daughter, and none of us going to ever prosper like that. That's just my thoughts on a lot of stuff. And most of my stuff is from experience. I done been in the fear box where I feared, like, dang, I need them to take these taxes. And then I'm giving them this damn interest-free loan because I'm letting them take more out than they should so that at the end of the year, I can get a tax refund. And granted, a lot of us should get tax refund from, child care credits and stuff like that. That makes sense. But if your only source of come up is waiting on that tax refund, basically you could have got that money all year long, the regular part of it, got it all year and spent it all year long instead of waiting at the end of the year to get it. And now you feel like, oh shit, I got $5,000. I'm doing good. When $3,000 of it, you could have collected the whole 12 months. Hey, Miss Lee, how are you? But that's just me and my thoughts. But I do want everyone to attend my book club, Credit is King by Will Roundtree. Here's his picture. Wonderful black man. Y'all know I love my black men. Very smart. He is on YouTube also. So go on YouTube and type in Will Roundtree. Roundtree. His page pops right up. I'm about to go there right now for you. His page pops right up. And subscribe to it. He has a thing he calls FICO Fridays. Every Friday he goes live. And he's talking about different things with credit. It's FICO Fridays. I'll put it up on my TV right quick. Give me a second. Because I subscribe to the channel so I can go to it really fast. But like in your quiet time, listen to that kind of stuff. Like when I go walking, I listen to it. When I'm sitting at my office working, I'm listening to books. I'm taking my class. I'm listening to podcasts, YouTube videos, that kind of stuff. So I use my quiet time to enhance myself. Because everybody know I like to have a good time. But Little known fact that a lot of people don't know is I love my quiet time. My quiet time is my time for learning. Okay, here it is right here. Let me show you. You can see who all I subscribe to. Y'all see my daughter's up there. Hey, pretty lady. That's my daughter, her page. I subscribe to Boyce Watkins. I listen to him a lot. Listen to him. I promise you'll like it. Mr. Jay Morrison. That's the one who I take the course with. Jay Morrison Academy. I subscribe to the Black Financial Channel. And this one here, Will Roundtree. This is Will Roundtree's page. So this one that I listened to today while I was working. This one that says, FICO Friday, Success Leaves Clues. The Power of Mentorship. It's about 57 minutes long, and it lasted just long enough for me to get my 3-mile walk in. I think I walked for 56 minutes, and it was 57 minutes. So, that was 57 minutes worth of knowledge that I gained for free. And let me tell you what he said. He was saying that he has a friend that's been in prison for 16 years. And what they did was about a year before the friend was due to get out, they got his power of attorney to pull his credit. And being that he done been in prison so long, anything that he had that would have been bad or go bad had fell off. So his credit report was empty. It was blank like a 18-year-old. So what they did was they went in and added authorized users to his credit report. So basically what they did is, that would be like me adding my daughter to my credit card. The credit card is my responsibility, but I can add her as an authorized user. An authorized user, most of the time they do that to boost their credit score up. So they got him, a couple people, different people, added him to their credit card as an authorized user. And now that man has like a 700-800 credit score coming out of prison. All off of authorized users. Many of us, that's a chapter in the book too. Many of us they don't even know that authorized user thing exists. Or we're scared to make someone an authorized user. Basically, like I was telling, me and my daughter were talking today. My daughter Monique, we were talking. And I was like, Dietrich could get, my brother is Dietrich. He really doesn't have that much credit. He could get on my mom's credit card as an authorized user. Just because he's an authorized user, you don't have to give him a card. He's just piggybacking on that credit score, on that good payment history. And like she doesn't owe a lot on it. She's had it forever. So the minute he gets on there, within the next 2 to 3 months, his credit score is going to raise because now he's an authorized user on a credit card with a good payment history that's not maxed out, that's not over the limit, nothing. And that's a way sometimes that we can bring each other up. Like, if you have a child and you know, okay, my daughter's 17, they starting to approach, 15, 16, not even 15, but however age you want to do it. And you have a good credit score, good credit history on a credit card, add your kid as an authorized user. Don't give the kid a card. They can't use the card. You just start starting your baby out, your daughter or your son, with a good credit score. And that's helping them out in the long run. So like I wish what I wish I would have done was, hey Daryl, hey David, what I wish I would have done was, because I was a mortgage underwriter, processor, closer, funder, blah blah blah, and I done had houses built, did all of this stuff. What I wish I would have done was add my daughters to my good credit card at that time. I could have started them from jump with some good credit on their credit report. And I did not know that. I just didn't know it. Doing all that mortgage stuff, I didn't even think of those authorized users that I was looking at. Because I'm reviewing credit reports. And we'll look at people who had authorized users. I didn't think that authorized user, the reason they was on there was to boost their credit score so they can get the mortgage that I'm trying to approve them for. So this information, now that I know, and my daughters are doing good credit-wise and learning, I can make sure that they make sound credit decisions. And that means that they'll teach my grandkids sound credit decisions and credit and financial and business decisions. So me learning a lot that I'm learning, it's going to help me, But it's really going to trickle down to my daughter and my granddaughter. If I'm here, my daughter is there and my granddaughter is here, as far as how that knowledge is going to go. So she's going to be in the best spot of all three of us because we took the time to learn. And she can get and reap the benefits. Then that means because she knows a lot of financial information and how to do her credit and how to do business, her daughter or son will know. And you got to think. You're like, oh, that's a real matriarch of a family when they teach their family how to do better. And that matriarch, you know, is my mother, but when she passes, it'll be me. I'll be the one that I told my daughters, and my daughters implemented it. Then she implemented to her daughter. That's a good thing. You know, you want to be that person. Help your family grow. You may not reap the benefits of your knowledge, but they will. You know, so just think about it like that. A lot of times we thinking it's all about me. No, it's about me and my future. And my future is my daughters and their kids and my nieces and nephews. That's the future. So I want everybody to come out. Credit is king. Transforming your credit to royalty. And basically, I'm going to do the book again. When he says transforming your credit to royalty, we're all kings and we're all queens. So basically, when you're doing your credit right and your business right and working and doing all of that, you essentially become royalty. Make your name royalty. And that's just something I want to do. I'm working on it. Working on making my name, this company name, and my name, my family's name, into royalty. It's free. I will see you all next Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. If you need me, message me or send me a text on my business cell, which is 904-616-4643. If you cannot remember this, go to the website, which is kittiescustomcleaning.com. My number and my address is on the website. It's the company name with a .com on the back. My phone number and my address is there. You can also inbox me, call me, email me. If you go to the website, the number is there, the email address is there. You click on contact me, and that'll send it straight to my phone. Okay? I will talk to you all later. Have a great day. Now I need to do some work. I'm running behind. I'm talking so much.